welcome back to Exploring Whiskey. Today we got a
new release.
New release. A special treat.
Yeah.
What did you get for us?
Yeah, we got the Bombergers.
Yeah.
Out of Michter's, out of Louisville.
The 2024 release, it just came out like in the last handful of weeks. Michter's has a long history going way back into the distilleries just kind of moved around, been bought, renamed. Bombergers and Shanks were two of the names that in the history of this. And then ultimately when it came into Kentucky, it was bought, I want to say it was the early 2000s. And when they bought it, they renamed it Michter's. And Michter's is literally just a combination of his two kids' names, Michael and Peter, is Michter's. They released these, this one, Bombergers and the Shanks, as annual releases in honor of the history of Michter's. They also try to do something special each year. Mm-hmm. So this particular release for 2024 is finished in a special oak, which is, I can't remember how to say.
You just played it like 7 times. I can't think of it either. Chinkapin.
All right, I like it. All right, so it's Chinkapin oak.
Yeah.
So it's a type of oak. It's not like a standard white oak or any of that kind of things, but it's special oak.
They're not the only ones that do it. There are other
no,
people
it's
that use it
a
as
handful
well.
of.
Yeah.
So we got 108 proof. MSRP for this guy is $125-ish.
I paid, we'll say $145.
Okay.
And I was very happy with that.
Yeah, finding these is difficult, if not slightly rare. Getting these as tastings, like if you do a tasting and Michter's is going to be there and you get the VIP, a lot of times this or Shanks is one of the ones that I think the one we did in the Omni was Shanks.
Yeah.
They had a Shanks bottle there that we got to taste for the VIP there. What else? They really don't give a mash bill. They don't give
an age statement either.
An age statement. The only thing they talk about is the oak. The oak is on their website. They talked about this. They do air dry it for 36 months before they barrel it.
Wow.
So it's got it's dried out. It's not kiln dried or anything like that. So it should have a lot of really nice wood notes to it. And very limited run. There's only 2,500 bottles of this. This is bottle $7.95.
36 months?
Yeah. 3 years of letting the wood just kind of be outside and get seasoned.
I wonder why this is only an annual release.
Get seasoned.
Yeah. If you're sitting on that pile of wood for 3
like
years,
that color.
you're only going to be able to do it once.
Yeah, great viscosity, great color.
Good color. Gotta like that.
Such sweet wood notes.
You try to compare it to Michter's, and Michter's generally is very sweet nose, but not a lot of wood notes.
Yeah.
This has got sweet wood notes.
A little citrus on the nose as well.
I could agree to that. Little orange zest a little bit.
And that's a little rye spice on it.
There's a nice little rye spice.
But it gets sweet.
It's very sweet.
The finish is really sweet.
Ooh, caramely. Really
I like the palate more than the nose.
Ooh, viscous too.
Yeah.
Like thicker.
It's just
like as it
my mouth.
Yeah, it definitely thickens up as you're drinking it.
Just apricot-y maybe a little bit of.
I will put that in my memory and try that again because I'm not quite.
Though, just keeps
it's nice. It lingers. Lingers nicely.
108 proof.
There's no harshness. No hug. Which I was kind of expecting the hug.
Yeah.
I was. Oh, no.
I don't get much on the nose. The palate I really enjoy. The nose is just
sweet wood. It's not overly complex on the nose. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I don't get any fruit. Oh, barely. Besides that little bit of citrus, a little bit of
zest. There's a zest of something.
I think it's orange.
I'm thinking orange, but you could, if you wanted to, honestly, if you wanted to say lime, I'd agree to that too.
I like the palate.
I get that sweet aftertaste now. It's just coming back to the front of the tongue. It's like a sweet candy.
Yeah, very sweet, very thick. Touch of a cinnamon note that's kind of coming through.
Mm-hmm.
So a little baking spice popping in there. But man, like the coating of the mouth.
That's what really blows my mind about this one too.
That is very, very apparent.
Yeah,
now the kicker is so.
It's a good pour.
Yeah, very good pour. But if you could have gotten the 10-year Michter's bourbon, You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because that's in the same ballpark of price if you can find
If
it.
you can find it for one.
Like that has, I don't know.
It's been a while since I've had that though. I got to be honest. It's been probably 2 years since I've tasted that.
It's really, really good. I'm just sitting there trying to compare it to some of the other higher end Michters, and it's good. It doesn't blow my brains out.
It's one of those I would spend $100 on it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having it on my bar all the time.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But for hard as it to find this bottle, I mean, it's just not. I don't know.
The fact that they only make 2,500.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And the fact that you found one when they only make 2,500. That's pretty impressive. Sniffy again. Did anybody get, like, did a fruit pop in?
No.
I get like a fruity bubblegum nose now.
I was thinking the same thing when you said candy. I don't know if it's bubblegum. There's some kind of candy.
Oh, yeah,
it's
I got like a fruity bubblegum that kind of popped in there. So before we add water into that whiskey for this review, just wanted to break in here and remind you that September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and we are doing a fundraiser to raise funds for the St. Jude Foundation. We do this every September in honor of my son Jason, who passed away from an osteosarcoma back in 2016. We do this channel in his honor, and we do these fundraisers in his honor. So St. Jude has done amazing research and really improved the survival of childhood cancers, but still about 1 in 5 children do pass away from a cancer found during their youth. On top of that, another 90+% will deal with severe long-term health issues for the rest of their life, including recurrence or new cancers forming later in life due to the chemo treatments while they were children. All of this goes back to what St. Jude does. So once you are a patient at St. Jude, you are forever a patient at St. Jude. You are, even once you're past the age of 18, you can come back every 3 years. They'll do a follow-up, and that's good for the patient. It's also good for the research. They're trying to see what the long-term effects are of the different treatments and things like that. And they share all their other research with other hospitals that deal with these cases of childhood cancer and other childhood diseases. So they're constantly updating their information and sharing it out so that survival rates improve. Again, in the month of September, anything that you donate before the end of the month, we will match, which is just an amazing effort of raising funds to help this great research hospital do all the important work that they need to do to make it so that 100% of children survive a cancer treatment or just don't get it at all. Either way, I'd be good with that. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate if you would donate, and let's see what this whiskey tastes like with a little bit of water added. All right, let's see what water happens.
Okay.
It's not an actual sentence, but
let's see what happens with the agua. Gotta roll it in. Gotta roll it in. Nose has disappeared.
Flat. There's nothing there. It's just wood. Still.
Yeah, it's wood.
Sweet wood. It is sweet. There's a
and Big League Chew.
Bubble gum. There is a now. I lost the fruity part of it,
bubble
but
tape.
I am getting
bubble tape.
Kinda.
It's that powdery.
Yeah. Bubble gum. Yeah.
At first I thought, well, no, it does kind of smell like what's the yellow stick gum?
Juicy fruit.
Juicy fruit.
But not anymore.
No. Now it's just powdered sugar.
It's just that
gum.
normal bubble gum flavor that has, like you said, the powder, like the bubble tape. Or
Yep.
open up
Bubble
the
tape or Big League Chew.
Yeah. That powder keeps them sticking to the walls.
Yeah.
Again, decent, but not nearly as complex as I would hope. Ooh, bacon spice came up a little bit more.
Bacon spice, it's caramely, a little bit
A
more.
little tingle on the tongue. The
sweetness
mid
turns
to
up.
end gets sweeter.
Yeah.
Caramel, I could go there.
You get the caramel, kind of goes and burn. Like sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the top of a creme brulee type thing.
Yeah.
And I'm getting that citrus on the end too. Again.
No, I did not get that. I got a little tingle on the tongue
for
though.
me. I think it's part of the tingle.
Got the tingle. So you got the spidey tingle?
Like it, but it's one of
All
those
right.
like
I'm kind of more without water.
yeah. Me too. But I wouldn't.
It's neat. It's interesting. I think it's interesting what the water, like the little tingle, and it's got some interesting pieces to it. Yes, without neat is preferable.
Yep.
Maybe if it was, we had 2 ounces
More
and the water in
Yeah,
there.
right. Higher amount of alcohol.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Pour of. So
For another time.
what would you rank this? Where would you throw it? Give me a number here.
If we're, and see, I'm thinking to myself, what do we put into play here? Do we put in the rarity?
It's rare.
You have to.
You have to.
It's an annual release. And
It's a 2,500 bottle annual release whiskey.
For $145.
And there's probably all 25 don't stay in the States.
I gotta say a good 8.2, 8.3. I mean, it's.
And
the only reason I'm going down on it is because of, I might not ever have this bottle again, just because it's so hard to find.
Yeah, I don't mind a
Without
high
paying.
7 to a low 8. I'm in that ballpark.
Without paying secondary, you can find it. I've seen it in museums.
Absolutely. Yeah, right.
We've all seen it.
Yeah, you can find this easily for $400.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much where secondary is right around $400.
Haven't been in one of those raffles where you get to go multiple times to tables. If it's there, no brainer, grab it for sure. There's times where you can get those tickets and get,
the Cool Spring.
Yeah,
Oh,
or
we
in
only
other
get one there,
states.
though.
I haven't really been to one in Tennessee, but I know they happen in the South and all the ABC states. You get those allocation drawings
Yeah.
and you can
Yep.
run through.
I get one for in the state of Ohio, and I get one for some random school in Kentucky. It's always the full Buffalo Trace line.
Lineup.
So what do you guys say? What do you say? What say you? What do
Do
you
high
have?
7, low 8.
High
I
7,
agree.
low 8?
I'm right in there.
I probably a hard 7.
Ooh,
It didn't
7.
It didn't overwhelm me.
Mm-hmm.
I just
For the rarity, you would
rarity.
think that you'd be a little bit more overwhelmed. I agree.
Right.
If you
Again,
put this
it's
on
an
par
annual
with like
release,
BTAC,
man.
I believe they release way fewer bottles. But if you put this against the Michter's 10, even the Michter's barrel proof is really freaking good.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's not like, oh, okay, well, this is what we're only may never have, like you said, you may never own this bottle again. It's once a year, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty excited to try this tonight. And then it's like,
Yeah. When you sent the picture, I was just like, oh hell yeah! And it's a nice drink. It's not an overwhelming
But-
drink.
Right.
come back to it in a month.
Yeah.
Let it
Be interesting to see
it's gonna
if it
be better
opens
when
up.
when it opens up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it may take me from a 7 to an 8. Let me know. Come over.
Yeah. I was gonna say, look, I got a little bit left.
Yeah. I think this will be better in a month.
Probably true.
We shall
It does
see.
drink a little tight.
We shall
I can
see.
see that. I can definitely see that. It does drink a little tight.
Yeah, I want to see how the nose has got to open up.
The nose has got
It's
to
gotta
open
have
up.
more,
It was
yeah.
so
Yeah.
muted.
Well, kudos to you on the score.
Yeah, great score.
Appreciate you sharing for the channel.
Of course.
Again, it's a
Yeah.
It falls
It is
right
good.
there.
It is just
Oh, I wouldn't turn down a pour of it, and if someone offered
For
me
the difficulty
another
of
pour,
fighting
I wouldn't
it.
turn it down.
Yeah.
Again, to my point, I was just like, whoa, this is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna look for
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I might spend not quite secondary, but I might spend a little bit over MSRP, a good chunk over MSRP
Right.
to buy it. I don't think you would.
If
at
you had the
this point.
connections, it would be interesting to do a flight of a couple of years.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
The
Just to
different
see the
changes and
difference.
yeah.
I think that
Agreed.
that would be fun.
I don't have Shanks from this year. I did score the last year's Shanks, which we haven't reviewed yet, and I want to say it moved me way more than this. And it's 90 something proof. I think you guys have had it at my house
I think
before,
so.
but
Yeah.
for a low proof bourbon, that thing is amazing.
Yeah.
Another time.
Another time.
Another time. Decent bottle.
Yep,
Kudos for scoring at one of your gold stops.
for sure. And if you see, I don't know, I would say a lot of good whiskey bars, you're going to find this. You can pay for a pour.
Yeah,
Get a sample.
that's probably the better. Yeah. If you're gonna try it as a pour first,
Yeah,
There's a lot of bottles we can say that for.
I would
Yeah.
agree.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
A lot
But
of
yeah,
them.
you're
This is
not
definitely
gonna
one.
find
Yep. But overall, decent bottle.
Yep.
Anxious to try it in a month to see if it opened up. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, well, we hope you enjoyed our all across the board review. We're all over the place on this one, I think. If you did enjoy it, we'd love to support the channel and encourage you to hit that like button on the screen.
I have no idea what to link up here. I think at some point we've done something. We've done something up. I will find a Michter's that we have done. I don't know what we've done.
Barrel proof rye recently.
We did the barrel proof rye recently. So there you go. We'll link that guy up. That's true. Forgot about that.
Great.
Yes, that was delicious. From the non-rye guy. Anyway.
Let us know if you've had one of their. What year was your favorite?
Right. Yeah. You've had an older one and it really moved you? Love to hear from you.
For all the Jude said.
Yes. Flipped your problem. Floated your boat.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up, bud.
just go.
Yeah. Like I said, thanks for watching.
See you next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.